Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to BCC for tonight's Berkshire County football game between the visiting Lee Wildcats and your host, the Taconic Thunder. Before we start tonight's game, we want to honor the seniors of the Taconic Thunder football team that have dedicated their time and energy to this team over the past 4 years in this season. We wish you all the best in your next endeavors. Our first senior being honored tonight is number 79, Ty O'Neill. Ty's dedicating tonight's game to his mom, Brianna O'Neill, a 3-year player on the Taconic Thunder football program. He's also a member of the Taconic High School track team and a member of the Taconic auto refinishing program. After graduation from Taconic High School, Ty is planning to attend BCC. Way to go, Ty. Let's get a big round of applause for our next senior, number 54, Xander Tartabueno. Xander is a senior captain, a 4-year player on the Taconic Thunder football program, and he's dedicating tonight's game to his parents, Megan and Vinny, as well as Coach Justin Bailey. A member of the Taconic Auto Tech program and a member of the Taconic Movember Club. After graduation, Xander is planning to attend Hudson Valley Community College, where he plans to study automotive technology. Way to go, Xander. Our next senior is number 8, Caleb Roccolette. Caleb's dedicating tonight's game to his brother, Jaden Cross, and his friend, Chris Crocker. A 3-year member of the Taconic Thunder football program, Caleb is also a member of the Taconic baseball team and a member of the Taconic Auto Tech program. After graduation, Caleb's planning to attend college and major in criminal justice. Way to go, Caleb. Let's get a big round of applause for number 61, senior captain Thomas Pedinato. Thomas is dedicating tonight's game to his family and friends. A 4-year Taconic Thunder football program member, he's also a member of the Taconic electrical program. And after graduation, he plans to attend college and major in sports management or physical therapy. Way to go, Thomas. Let's get a big round of applause for the next senior, captain, number 36, Eddie Ferris. Eddie's dedicating tonight's game to his parents, Ed and Missy Ferris, as well as his sister, Lily. A 4-year member of the Taconic Thunder football program, he's also a member of National Honor Society, Link Crew, and the Taconic baseball program, as well as the Taconic metal fabrication program. After graduation, Eddie has committed to Springfield College, where he plans to play baseball and major in business. Way to go, Eddie. Our final senior being honored tonight is number 50, senior captain, Kalen Thomas. Kalen's dedicating tonight's game to his father, Sean Thomas, and his stepbrother, Brody Slonsky. A 4-year member of the Taconic Thunder football program, he's also a member of the Taconic Health Tech program. After graduation from Taconic High School, he plans to attend college and study nursing. Let's take a quick second and thank you and big round of applause for all of our graduating seniors from the Taconic Thunder football program. Way to go, guys.
Oh, you didn't know Billerica?
In Dorchester and Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh Public School Athletic Department welcomes you to Berkshire Community College. The Wildcats and your host, the Taconic Thunder. We want to remind you that participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for tonight's game. With this in mind, we expect all in attendance to display energy, enthusiasm, and support in a positive manner on and off the field. Unsportsmanlike conduct, racial and ethnic comments, or any other form of inappropriate action on or off the field is not tolerated and grounds for removal from the site of competition and school disciplinary action. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and support of our student athletes. And as soon as they're done with the toss, we're going to stand and do the national anthem. Thank you. Oh, I thought you were going to sing it for me or something. At this time, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Berkshire Community College, a very windy Berkshire Community College, as we have our final Berkshire County High School football game of the week tonight. It'll be the Taconic Thunder hosting the Lee Wildcats. Bob Heck here with you. Thanks for tuning in on this Halloween evening. And for those of you unaware of the topography of Pittsfield and Berkshire County, as windy as it is throughout other areas of Pittsfield, it's always twice as windy here and 10 degrees colder for some odd reason. And the conditions are something these players are going to have to deal with all night. Taconic will be kicking with the wind at their back. Lee will have to move into the winds, but they rely on their running game. The Reber brothers, J.D. and Dawson, who have been spectacular all season. And can the Thunder stop them? Ball is kicked away. It is going to be picked up at the 25-yard line, now near side 35-40. Well, we may not need the Rebers at all in this play. Knocked out of bounds. Bryce Hoff on the play, on the return. And Lee will start off with great field position at the Taconic 22. Certainly not the way you wanted to start off your first defensive drive if you're Taconic. Handoff goes to Reber. Pushes his way forward, gets up to the 16. Pickup of 6. It'll be second down. David Kirchner, the quarterback for Lee, has a capable arm. If the Wildcats find themselves in a position where they need to throw, he can make that happen. He's in shotgun formation. Hand off to Reber. Moves forward, gets close to a first down. And we have a player down on the near side for Taconic. They're going to mark him down at the 13, which will bring up a 3rd down and 1. He's up and walking under his own power, Giovanni Vasquez. Hopefully it's just a stinger, and he'll be back on the field soon. So 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats. Kirchner under center. Reber in motion. Hand off to the other Reber, who cuts forward, has the first down and more, into the end zone, touchdown. Dawson Reber, 13-yard touchdown scamper. And Lee is out to a 6-0 lead. Lee does have a kicker, but it looks like they're going to go for 2 with the wind in their face. Kirchner going to roll, looking to throw, finds Reber. He was open and he catches it. But you can see just how treacherous throwing the ball, particularly in that direction, is and is going to be tonight. Three plays, 22 yards, a minute 6 taken off the clock on that lead drive. And the Wildcats off to a great and their typical start. Coming into this game 7-0, looking for another undefeated regular season. They are number 1 in Division 8, and they should hang on to that spot, almost definitely hang on to that spot, particularly with a max win tonight. And the football's down. Come in with a margin of victory of 13.7143, an opponent ranking of negative 5.3557, total rating of 8.3585. It's going to be Cody Mendoza to kick away. You're going to get kicked in the face by a righty kicker. There we go. Oh, I don't know if that was shenanigans or not. They tried an onside kick. It's picked up by Caleb Roccolette, one of the seniors acknowledged during senior night here for Taconic. So decent starting field position for the Thunder. I'd have to imagine that that was a set play. Because once he came to the other side, it looked like a lot of confusion, but the second he came to the other side, they kicked it. Tried the onside kick. It wasn't successful. Ferris up the middle. Rolls forward. Picks up a couple of yards. It'll be second down. So with a max win tonight, their actual rating is going to drop almost a full point just because Taconic's rating is a negative 15.3308. But 7.4 will be more than enough to give them the number one spot. Randolph played Roxbury Prep last night, destroyed them. But today's power rankings actually dropped them to fourth. They were in the second position. Neshoba Valley's not going to be able to catch them. So assuming Lee takes care of business tonight near side, Daniels gets hit, picks up a couple, gets up to the 47-yard line, but it's going to be third down. They'll give him the 48. Kazani Daniels back to his usual number 9. Now, if you're Taconic, you got to stay ahead of schedule in the ground game, and they really haven't. It's 3rd and 5. Quarterback under center. Ferris busts through, picks up the first down. Gets across midfield down to the Lee 44-yard line. Big pickup there on third down. And again, if you're Taconic, you got to stay on schedule. You're going to be picking up 4 yards per carry. You know, we've seen this a bunch this year with this Thunder team where they are able to pick up 4 or 5 yards per carry, get themselves into a position, but then there's a holding call or something that pushes them back, and then they're just in trouble. So they got to be disciplined tonight. Handoff, Daniels. He spins down, picks up, gets down to the 41-yard line. Be a pickup of 3. Third down and 7. Quarterback tonight, Calvin Phillips got his first start last week. And some movement up front. See, there's you're trying to keep ahead of schedule. Now you lose 5 yards there, and you're going to be second and long. Or maybe not. Did they call encroachment? They did. The yardage people don't know what's going on. So it was a Lee penalty that puts Taconic in a good spot. So now it's second down and 2. The best defense Taconic can hope for is keeping their offense on the field. Long drives and hope they make a mistake on offense that you can capitalize on. Phillips or Daniels gets the first down, still on his feet, cuts back. Fights forward, a big pickup for the Taconic Thunder. And they will get down to, it looks like the 20-yard line. Pickup of 16 on second down. It's going to be holding against Taconic, so that's going to come back. And it's going to be 2nd and 12 after all. So that wipes out the first down, wipes out the 16-yard pickup. So they push him back to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 11. They've kept these formations tight tonight so far. And another. That's going to push him back to midfield. So that's 15 yards lost on the last two penalties. They were looking at a 2nd and 2. Now it is 2nd at about 16. Just can't compound the error, get this first down. And we got a timeout on the field. I believe it's Taconic's timeout. Support for the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week on PCTV Sports comes from Greylock Federal Credit Union. Greylock Federal, proud to support coverage of the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week. Greylock has multiple locations throughout the Berkshires. You can find out more at greylock.org. Berkshire Community College, free community college for any Massachusetts resident without a bachelor's degree is here. Apply at berkshirecc.edu to join Berkshire Community College for free. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Access Plus, your local fiber internet provider, building stronger connections right here in Pittsfield. Learn more at getaccessplus.com. And get in the game with One Berkshire, the countywide marketing, economic, and business membership organization. 4th and long looks a lot shorter with a good team behind you. Their special teams can help you with your next big play. Contact One Berkshire today at info@oneberkshire.com to learn how they can help your business move the ball. So we talked about where Lee's likely to be the 1 seed in Division 8. Hoosick Valley came into yesterday as the 4 seed. They've since fallen back to 5, and that's where they're going to stay. Second down, handoff, Ferris. Pushes forward, bullies his way across the 35, still driving those legs, and he's going to be close to a first down. Maybe a half a yard short, but a big pickup there. So it'll be 3rd and inches. Spoke about Randolph beating Roxbury Prep last night. But again, even after a big victory, Roxbury Prep came into last night with a rating of -26. Quarterback sneak, pickup of 3. It's going to be a first down. Well, that's pretty impressive. We've seen a lot of situations this year where Taconic backs themselves up and then just sort of gives up the drive. This time they pushed forward, kept going, and picked up the first down even against the 2nd and 16. Fusion on the lead defense, it seems. Wide receiver near side. Hand off to Daniels. He pushes forward. He's down to the 27-yard line. Another big pickup on first down. Pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Pitch out wide. Daniels tries to cut back inside. Didn't get enough for the first down, but got pretty close on a play that did not look like it was going anywhere. As that wind just kicks up again. So it'll be third and about a yard. See if they go QB sneak again. Nope, they hand off, and that's Daniels pushing forward, gets to the 21-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. Just a great opening offensive drive for Taconic. 2 penalties that cost them 14 yards, but they were able to push through that and pick up the first down anyways. Now they're just outside the red zone with a fresh set of downs. Ferris, he cuts back. He pushes forward. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Eddie Ferris. Just one of the most impressive drives of the season for the Thunder. Eddie Ferris has a 21-yard touchdown run. Another one of the seniors acknowledged here on senior night. Can the Thunder pick up the 2-point conversion? Ferris bowls forward. Did he get there? He did not. But one of the best offensive drives of the season, at least that we've seen for the Thunder. Ten plays, 57 yards, 8 minutes and 37 seconds taken off the clock. They should just have somebody put their finger on that ball because it's probably going to go flying. Well, the wind's died down at least for a second. Good kickoff return, the last kickoff for Lee. Let's see if they can do it again. This time they're going to kick it right in the dirt, and it's picked up at the 28. Fights forward, not as good this time, not nearly as good. Get up to the 38-yard line. So Hoosick Valley, again, number 5. That's probably where they're going to stay. They're 6-1. West Boylston played last night. They beat Oakmont 45-0. So they're done for the season. Randolph's done for the season. Hoosick plays Holyoke tomorrow. Near side, Reber across the 45-50. Good open field tackle by Kazani Daniels. But an impressive run by Reber. $18 there on first down. And the best Husa can do with the max win over Holyoke tomorrow is to get up to 3.772. That's not going to be enough to catch who's number 4. So Reber tries to go way outside. He gets strung out, and he's going to be taken down. No gain on the play. It will be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Kirchner takes the snap, handoff. Nope, it's going to be an option. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to spin, only picks up a few. They'll mark him at the 41. Now the Wildcats are going to face a 3rd and long. Now again, all my math with the Wildcats were based on a max win tonight. And a max win is 14 points or more. 2 wide receiver set. Handoff. Cooney. He gets the 1st down. Seamus Cooney gets down to the 26-yard line, a 1st down. What may or may not be the final play of the quarter, although it looks like Lee is perfectly content making this the final play of the quarter. Well, the Taconic Thunder is showing us a little something on senior night. I would think most people would have had Lee with a double-digit lead by now, but there you have a 2-point lead, and Taconic has looked pretty good so far. It's 8-6 after the first quarter. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. Beginning the second quarter, and the Taconic Thunder does not look afraid of one of the best teams in the state of Massachusetts so far. Fresh set of downs for Lee, though, after a Seamus Cooney run. Up the middle, not much. Actually did a little better than I thought. Pick up a 3. Handoff. There he goes to the outside. Believe that was Cooney on the carry. He's inside the 20 to the 15. It was Seamus Cooney. He's had 2 touches so far, and they've both been pretty good. That one's 9. And the Wildcats in the red zone. And a flag. And that is going to be against Lee. Saw Bryce Hoff in the backfield that time. So we get another big wind gust here at Berkshire Community College. We got 3 in the backfield. Cooney, Reber, and Hoff. It's going to go to Cooney. Eddie Ferris coming from the second level to make the tackle. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 14. Pitch out to Reber. Tries to get the edge. He does. Stiff arm. He's not in the end zone, but he's close. Down to, we'll call it the 2. 16-yard pickup. Taconic's just one defensive play away from making something happen. They just haven't been able to find that play yet. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown. Believe that was Reber. Second touchdown of the game. And the Wildcats going to go for 2, looking to go up by 10. Pitch out, Hoff. He cuts back inside, virtually untouched for the 2-point conversion. Eight plays, 62 yards, 5 minutes and 25 seconds on the drive. So Taconic will get another opportunity. We've got a lot of players up front, worried about the onside kick. Cody Mendoza to kick it away. They do try the onside kick again, and quick to fall on it is Owen L'Italian. I'm surprised they didn't kick it away, especially with the wind at their back. Instead, Taconic will start from their own 42. Looking to continue the offense they had from that first possession. Wow, now they've got several people in the box for Lee. Daniels just pushes forward. Picks up a yard. He needed a second and third effort to even get that. And Lee can just sort of stack the box here because Taconic has a strong wind in their face. Linebackers just showing blitz. Ferris spins forward. Pretty good pickup there. Down to up to the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. So behind schedule. Now they're sending so many people. They've got so many people close to the line. If you can somehow get a block in that first layer, you're going to have room going into the secondary. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and that did not work. Calvin Phillips tried to keep it outside. Now it's going to be 4th down. I mean, what do you do here? Can you punt it more than 15 yards? They do have Ferris in punt formation. To say this is not ideal punting conditions as he's going to punt into the wind. Wildcats are going to send the farm. He gets it away. And look at that. It just got caught up in the wind. So Lee will start from the Taconic 49. Net 7 yards on the punt. I think we got some precipitation out there as well. You could see that flag. It's just, that flag, I don't know if it's going to make it through this game. That's why it's so low. If it was much higher, it would. All right, so the Wildcats, shotgun formation, and Lee's going to take a timeout. Hoping that wind dies down a little bit, I suppose. Support for the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week here on PCTV Sports comes from Greylock Federal Credit Union. Greylock, proud to support coverage of the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week. Greylock Federal Credit Union, with multiple locations throughout the Berkshires. You can find out more at greylock.org. Berkshire Community College, free community college for any Massachusetts resident without a bachelor's degree is here. Apply at berkshirec.edu to join the Berkshire Community College for free. Access Plus, your hometown provider, trusted for over 20 years, delivering business, voice, and internet solutions, and now building fiber for Pittsfield's future. Visit getaccessplus.com and get in the game with One Berkshire, the countywide marketing, economic development, and business membership organization. 4th and long looks a lot shorter with a good team behind you. Their special teams can help you with your next big play. Contact One Berkshire today at info@oneberkshire.com. Shotgun formation. Kirchner. He's back to pass. Oh, he's got a man wide open. And it's dropped. Tried to get it to Thomas Lucy. I didn't think I was going to have to use my red pen tonight at all. Even with the wind at your back, it's still difficult to dial in. Just overthrew him ever so slightly. Handoff up the middle. I think that pass play was more to just get Taconic thinking about the potential of pass plays. Pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Thunder looking for a defensive stop here. Up the middle again. Pushes forward. Dawson Reber gets enough for a first down. Five minutes to go here in the first half. Lee looking to add to their 10-point lead. Pitch out. That's Hoff. He spins. Still on his feet. Finally taken down. They'll give him the 31. Pickup of 7 on the play. Pitch outside. It's on the ground. Cooney able to cover it. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. I mean, sometimes you don't want to outthink yourself. You're picking up 7 yards a carry on this drive on the ground, at least. Now they're going to roll Kirchner out to throw, and he's going to get sacked. Owen L'Italian. I just think when you're just handing it off to Reber, he's picking up 7-8 yards at a clip, you just stick with that. So they're going to bring the punt unit on the field. It was 2nd and 3. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing this punt. He's going to kick this thing 1.5 miles if he gets it. Bad snap and a bad punt. Ball rolls on the ground, and Taconic's going to get great field position. Now, he had his wind at the back for the punt. The long snapper did not have the wind at his back. He was snapping it into the wind. And now Taconic with an opportunity to make this interesting. .220 to go in the half. Daniels outside. Oh, what a tackle. That might have been a touchdown saver right there. Matt Marrow on the tackle. Daniels was starting to pick up speed. But that'll be a pickup of 5. Second down and 5. And again, you're ahead of schedule so far. Second down. Handoff. Lee was ready for it. It was Ferris. No gain. And we have a timeout on the field. 1:13 to go here in the first quarter. Lee with a 16-6 lead. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. Big third down for Taconic, who you got to give this team a ton of credit. They are leaving it all out on the field tonight, 1-6. With these weather conditions, they could have just packed it in, but they're giving Lee everything they have. 16-6 the score. I don't think anyone had this at 60 as a 10-point game at the half. Taconic trying to make things interesting. They go to Ferris. He pushes forward. He's going to be close to a first down, and he's still on his feet. He's across the 35 down to the 30. A hell of a run by Eddie Ferris. And Taconic is going to take a timeout. A 20-yard run by Eddie Ferris gives Taconic at least a chance. They'll take a timeout to stop the clock. 1:03 to go. I got to tell you, this is a very, very, very impressive performance from the Taconic Thunder. You know, I had said, no, you're 1-6. The weather stinks. It's Halloween night. Let's just get blown out by Lee and go home. That is not what Justin Bailey's team is doing tonight. If they put points up on the board on this drive, and it's going to have to be a touchdown because you couldn't kick a 5-yard field goal in these conditions. But the other challenge is you can't throw the football either. You got to run. You got one timeout left. Ferris on the sideline getting worked on. And, you know, he was sitting down getting worked on that entire timeout, and he's coming right back onto the field. First and 10. Goes to Daniels. Daniels tries to find a hole, doesn't find it, and gets taken down by a whole bunch of Wildcats who were ready for that play. And the Wildcats know you can't throw the football. Taconic not really a passing team by any stretch of the imagination, but these conditions, as the Thunder work into the wind, Taconic going to leave that last time out on the table. Hope to pick up something here on second down. He's going to throw and then thinks better of it as a gust comes through and he gets sacked. And that'll probably be the last play of the half. No, Taconic's going to take a timeout. 13.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Taconic uses their final timeout to stop the clock. And we'll take a timeout with them. 16-6, Lee with the lead over Taconic here in the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week on PCTV Sports, powered by Greylock Federal Credit Union. Third down and long. They looked like they were going to throw on that play, and then Phillips pulled it down and tried to run with it. There was just nothing there. It's now 3rd and 15. 2 wide receiver set this time. First time we've seen them send out 2 wide receivers. And they're going to send out a third. He's going to pass. Let's see how this goes. Got a pretty good throw on it, and it's knocked away. There's a 50-50 ball there to Hayden Harrington. And it's going to be 4th down. So we'll see what Taconic decides to do here. Punting not really an option. Two wide receiver set. They're going to try and pick up the first down here. You got to try and... Looks like the same play. That's a jump ball. Not intercepted. He should have had that, but he was better off dropping it. But that is the end of the first half. They did take up enough time. But Taconic will get the football to start the second half. Lee with a 16-6 lead. We'll be back here on the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week on PCTV Sports, powered by Greylock Federal Credit Union. Dawson Reber with a pair of touchdowns, one from 13 yards out, one from 2 yards out. And he also caught the 2-point conversion from David Kirchner. Eddie Ferris for Taconic, 21-yard touchdown run. They weren't successful on their 2-point conversion. They trail by 10 heading into the third quarter. They'll get the football first. You know, the weather deteriorating the way it is. Get a touchdown and make a play on defense. Although you got to pick this one up. He does. And he is taken down. So terrible field position for Taconic. That was Calvin Santos Jr. on the run back for Taconic. So they'll start from the 16-yard line. They have a long way to go on this possession. And they are going into the wind. Handoff up the middle. Not much there. I think that was Daniels on the carry. Up to the 18-yard line. So pickup of 2. It will be 2nd down and 8. Ball's on the ground. Looks like Taconic hung onto it. I think the quarterback tripped on the center's leg. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And again, punt is going to be very difficult, although the wind's starting to shift, basically coming right at us in the booth a little bit. Now the flag is heading back into Taconic's face. 3rd and 10. They're going to throw, and that's going to come up well short. So 4th and 10. Really tough punting the football in this direction. In fact, the last time they tried it, Ferris's punt was a net 7 yards. The wind doesn't appear as strong as it was earlier in the game, though there are some gusts. He's able to get it away. I mean, it's not terrible. It's taken at the 35-yard line. Tries to turn, he tripped. But a good pickup there by Gabe Ranzoni. We'll call it the 22-yard line. So that will be a net 6-yard punt. But this one had the return. The last one only went 7 yards. So the Wildcats in business here on their first possession of the second half. Pitched out to Reber. Bounces his way inside for a pickup of 6, I believe. They'll get down to the 16-yard line. As the wind picks up again. Handoff. Taconic able to stop them. Still a good pickup there inside the 15 to the 14. Where it'll be 3rd and 2. Just as I said, the wind is starting to die down a little bit, but it picks right back up. I mean, when it's really howling, it looks like that American flag at the 50-yard line is going to blow away. And it is back to that at this point. As Lee sets up for their 3rd and 2. Handoff, that's Hoff. He gets the first down. And quite a bit more. He doesn't get into the end zone, but gets close down to the 1-yard line. Pick up a 13 on the play. It'll be 1st and goal. Kirchner under center. Handoff up the middle. And it is a touchdown. Third of the night for Dawson Reber. And it is 22-6, looking to add on some more. And he is still waiting for a signal. In! Hoff on the 2-point conversion. His second 2-point conversion of the game. And it is 24-6. Lee with the lead. Yeah, Taconic really needed to put points up on the board. They've had their opportunities. Trailing by 10 in the second quarter. They had the football with a chance to double dip. They couldn't get in on either possession. Lee cashes in, and now they have a 24-6 lead. So they're at 18 points. Again, the math we gave you earlier with Lee hanging on to the 1 spot in Division 8 was based on a max win by Lee tonight. They have crossed that threshold. And again, if you're not familiar, the rankings, the formula for the rankings counts a 14-point win or a 42-point win as a 14-point win. So when we speak of max wins, we're talking about 14 or more. That ball is kicked away, and it is taken at the 25-yard line across the 30, 35, down to the 38-yard line. So decent return for the Thunder as they try and get something going here in the second half. They'll start this drive from their own 39. It is getting difficult to see from inside the press box as the rain collects up against the glass. So we'll do the best we can across the 40. Still on his feet, finally gets shoved down. Pick up a 3. Strong second and third effort to even get that. That was much better than. Oh, I gave him another yard. So it'll be 2nd and 6. And again, if you're the lead defense, you can just bank on the run. Taconic has tried to throw unsuccessfully. They don't send any receiver. Well, they have one receiver on the far side. Now some motion near side. Handoff up the middle across the 45 to the 46. We'll see where they give them forward progress to, and they give them a little more than that. Up to the 47, 3rd and short. Third down. They'll go to Ferris. He pushes forward. He has the first down. Cross midfield to the Lee 47. Pick up a 6 and a fresh set of downs for the Thunder. So again, if this score holds, Lee will be the number 1 seed in Division 8. It's really bunched up in that 14 to 18 range. The current 16 seed is Springfield International Charter, whom would travel to Lee next week if that holds. Ferris lost the football. They're going to keep it with Taconic. It'll be 2nd down. It looked like it popped out of Ferris's hand into Seamus Cooney's hands. But Cooney must have been out of bounds before he got possession of it. But it'll be a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down and short. And off to Ferris, pushes forward. He's got enough for the first down to the 35. Thunder up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. They're going to pass. Thrown deep, and it's intercepted. The wind got all of that one. I don't know why you throw there. It's Cooney, I believe, on the interception. And taken down at the 40-yard line. Big return on the interception. It was Seamus Cooney on the interception and return. Into the wind after having a successful drive on the ground. So Lee now with an opportunity to put more distance between themselves and Taconic. Fake to Cooney. Now Kirchner's going to throw. He's got a man. That's complete. Into the end zone, touchdown. They tried that earlier, and Thomas Lucy had plenty of separation. He just overthrew him. Didn't overthrow him that time. And it is a 40-yard touchdown pass. After the interception, they figured, we're playing with house money, why not? Out to Reber, cuts back in, no problem. Rockelat was there. Kirschner just went right through him. So 32-6. And if you didn't watch this game on PCTV, you'll see the box score in the paper tomorrow, and you'll just say, oh, Lee doing Lee things. But Taconic just played with a ton of heart in the first half. Kept things interesting, but now Lee's doing what Lee does. So they'll kick it away with 4:08 to go in the third quarter. The wind takes the ball off the tee. Kicked away, gets past, and goes out of bounds, but it was touched by Owen L'Italian. Oh, they threw the flag. And the Lee coaches are down there. L'Italian touched the ball. And they are going to pick the flag up. That's what you like to see. The referees discuss it. They realize Okay, we shouldn't have thrown that flag, and they pick it up. And it'll be a long way to go for Taconic. They'll start from their own 11. One play, 9 seconds, 40 yards. That was Lee's drive. Thunder just can't get anything going offensively going into the win. They're a running team. Handoff up the middle. Not much there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Decent turnout here at BCC despite the weather conditions. Some folks in costumes on this Halloween evening. But it's the weather that has been most spooky. Handoff, I believe that's Ferris. Picks up a couple. It's going to be third down and long. At this point, should give our appreciation to the folks up top, the coordinators, and Dave Cachet, who drew the short straw and is running camera up top tonight, facing the elements. Thank you, Dave. Pitch out. Ferris, good open field tackle there. Will Marrow. Ferris has some size on him and wasn't worried about it. He just took him down. And now it's going to be fourth down and long. Into the wind. Taconic has averaged 6.5 yards on their 2 punts net. They're going to give it another shot. First punt went 7 yards after the wind knocked it down, and it backspun a little bit. The second one was, and that's off the side of his foot. And that's going to bounce out. It took just another terrible Taconic bounce, and it'll be at the 28-yard line. That'll be a 14-yard punt. Nothing against Eddie Ferris's punting ability, just the wind is that stupid tonight. So Lee will start from the Taconic 29. They've had terrific field position all second half. Reber gets outside, and he is going to, I think, get pushed out at the 1. At the 2-yard line. Pickup of 26. It's just stupid outside right now. My 14-year-old walked around trick-or-treating. I don't think she's having a very fun time at the moment. If you did return from trick-or-treating and you're just tuning in, you've just seen, is that Reber again? There's a Taconic player down. I assume it was Reber because that's... Well, we have a player down. We'll take a timeout. Minute 17 to go here in the third quarter. 38-6. Lee with the lead here on PCTV Sports. Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week powered by Grellock Federal Credit Union. Nope, forget it. He's back. Okay. That always happens. Player gets hurt as soon as we throw to break. He pops back up. Again, he's walking off the field under his own power. That's always what you want to see. Speaking of see, I'm having a lot of trouble seeing out of this press box. Particularly that end of the field. If you haven't been in the press box at BCC, it's a screen, like a window screen and then glass, and is not handling the rain really well. Kirchner's going to throw, and it's going to be caught. I can't get a number on who caught the two-point conversion. I believe it's 8. Thomas Lucy. This game, Lee scored first. Added the two-point conversion. Taconic came right back down and scored 6 of their own. But it's been 32 unanswered points since then for the Wildcats. It was 16-6 at the half. And Lee has just dominated this third quarter. They'll kick it on the ground. And that sneaks past him and goes out of bounds. Roccolette's trying to say, I never touched it, but I believe he did. He might have been better off just letting that go, but the Wildcats bearing down on you. Two plays, 28 yards, 17 seconds off the clock. That last lead drive. Reber, I believe, had both carries. And Lee has just dominated the field position battle here in the second half. So another possession where Taconic's going to start from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, it is incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Handoff. Nothing there. The loss of a few. Eddie Ferris is taking a beating tonight, but he's not giving up. Third down. Lost the football. Was able to fall on top of it and get it back, I believe. It's back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be fourth down. And that fourth down will occur in the fourth quarter. Lee 40, Taconic 6. We'll be back with the fourth quarter coming up here on the Berkshire County High School Football Game of the Week on PCTV Sports, powered by Greylock Federal Credit Union. Fourth and 9 for Taconic. Ferris to kick with the wind at his back for the first time tonight. And it's blocked. And again, the Wildcats will get great field position. They'll start from the Taconic 32. Sorry, 27. Again, it's you bring it up. Yeah, Ferris had the wind at his back to kick it away, but his long snapper had to snap it deep with the wind in his face against the wind. So that took a long time to get back to Ferris. First down option to Reber. He gets the edge to the sideline and just runs a dude over. And that player is slow to get up. So the Lee Wildcats will be the number 1 seed in Division 8. Randolph, who was 2, beat Roxbury Prep handily last night, but Roxbury Prep had a opponent rank, or had an overall ranking of -26. So they lost a couple of points off their rating despite the large victory. And Lee's going to lose about a point tonight, but they'll still have plenty to hang on to the number 1 seed. Drives up the middle. Reber not going to get there. Caleb Roccolette makes the tackle. At the goal line. Dawson Reber, another touchdown. Fifth touchdown of the game for Dawson Reber. That time he was virtually untouched. Kirchner under center. They go outside, and the two-point conversion is good. Seamus Cooney. So Lee with a 42-point lead. And Lee played them, or Taconic played them real tough in the first half. They had an opportunity to cut it to a 4-point lead or 2-point lead before the halftime, and they got the ball to start the second half. They weren't able to convert on either of those, and Lee has just run wild here in the second half. Hoosick Valley, likely the 5 seed of Division 8. In the rankings, they were number 4 coming into yesterday. In the rankings that came out today, they're number 5, and they won't have the points to get there no matter what they do against Holyoke. West Boylston moved up with a 45-0 victory over Oakmont. Hoosick Valley currently with an overall ranking of 3.3613. With a max victory tomorrow, can get up to a 3.772. Their opponent ranking is going to take a hit. And again, that's a max victory tomorrow against Holyoke. But it would still put Lee and Hoosick Valley on a collision course in the state semifinals. Handoff up the middle, a few yards there. And that semifinal will be played on at a neutral site. But Hoosick did lose a potential second-round home game, assuming everything goes chalk. They'll certainly be home next week for the first round. Lee will be home for the next 2 Fridays. Final rankings, I believe, come out on Sunday with the seedings for the tournament. I want to again thank our sponsors for the season. Greylock Federal Credit Union, our title sponsor for the Berkshire County High School football game of the week. Berkshire Community College, Access Plus, and One Berkshire. And thank all of you for tuning in during the season. We unfortunately haven't had a ton of tight games this year. That's just the way Berkshire County football is shaken down this season. You've got Hoosick and Lee who are so good. Good bounce back there. Oh, they're going to blow the whistle, say his forward progress was stopped. It was a good carry, Owen L'Italian. Athletic Director Brandon Russo didn't even have to make the announcement for the kids to call their parents, because I'm sure they were quite happy to call their parents to get out of the elements. Another handoff there, pushes forward, gets a good run there for a first down. As we roll under 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Pay attention to our Facebook page about potential playoff coverage. We're going to need sponsors for it, so if you're watching down in Lee and you own a business, get in touch with us. And pitch near side, L'Italien. Taken down at the 42. The junior. Auditioning for a spot in the backfield next year. Phillips. And a flag comes in from way back. Be holding against Taconic. You got to give that referee credit. He threw that flag into the wind, and it was a bullet. Fired that thing 17 yards. Under a minute to go. And again, want to thank our underwriters this year, all of you for tuning in. Our camera people who we've put just in terrible positions the past couple of weeks. Dave Cachet up there tonight, regretting his decision to take this game, as that tackle is for about a half a yard, and that's probably going to be the last play of the game. Five touchdowns for Dawson Reber. Terrific night for him, and the Lee Wildcats are going to the Division VIII playoffs as the number 1 seed. Your final score, the Lee Wildcats 48, the Taconic Thunder 6. For Dave Cachet up top, I'm Bob Heck. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody.